Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is Friday, March 4th. Holy moly, has it been a day! So, my day did not quite go as planned. Do our days ever go as planned, right? So, it started off last night. I told you guys briefly about how my uncle lives in my mom's basement. Now, my uncle is 62. My mom is going to be 68 this October. And my grandparents pretty much coddled him his whole life, right? Where he's not confident in doing like anything. He's really good at his job, but just like handling personal business, banking, taxes, things like that. For I don't know how many years, I've done tax returns for my family, my grandparents, my mom, me, my dad. My mom, a couple weeks ago, had come over and we sat down and we did the taxes because it was much more complicated with the sale of my grandparents' house. So when we were doing my uncle's taxes, when you get to the end, it says, "Did you receive the third stimulus payment?" And so she called him because we don't know if he got it, right? He swears up and down he didn't get it. He looks at his bank, he didn't get it. Are you sure? Like, we asked him like 5 different times. He's like, "No, I didn't get it." You know where this is going, right? So he mails in his tax return. I told my mom next year we're filing his electronically because it will just alleviate a whole lot of bullshit doing it that way. So she sends me a message last night and says, they were looking at his bank statement because my mom was helping him get new car insurance. And she's like, he got the payment. He fucking got the stimulus payment. She said, "So do you need to file an amendment?" I'm like, it's 9 o'clock at night. I'll look at it tomorrow morning when I get up. So I get up this morning and I have that to do. I'm looking at our BG&E bill, which I'll explain in a minute. I have like a bunch of stuff to do. The person, Karen, did respond to me about the needleminder, so I was getting that packaged up. Just a whole bunch of stuff to do. So I sit down to do the amendment. First of all, it takes me like 20 minutes to even fucking find where in the tax software to do it. I am not a tax attorney. I'm not a tax expert. I am just an everyday person doing this. So I find it, and when I go to do the amendment, it wants him to send in a check for $1,400 because it's saying that you got paid too much. And I thought to myself, I just foresee messiness, him doing that. So I go online, I'm doing some research. If you make a mistake with the stimulus payment, should you file an amendment? The things that I saw said, don't file it. Because here's what I think is going to happen. I think when the IRS processes his return, because remember, paper, they're going to catch it. They're going to catch it, and they are going to just take that $1,400 off of his refund. And if they don't catch it and he gets a check for all of that, well, then we can file the amendment and you mail in the $1,400 you got extra. That's how we're going to do it. But all of that took me like a half an hour easy to figure out. So I call my mother, and I swear to God, I can only... My mom answers the phone, and I said, "Why is everything a pain in my ass?" And she busted out laughing because she's like, "Oh, it is for me too." So we talked about it, blah, blah, blah. Not going to file the amendment. Okay, so then I go to look at our BG&E bill. Now, BG&E is Baltimore Gas and Electric, so that's our electric bill. We are on what's called budget billing because back when Bill bought this house 30 years ago, he got on budget billing because what they do is they will estimate what they think your house is going to use. You will pay that every month, and then once a year, they reassess it. So let's say you're paying $100 a month, and then you're actually in effect using more electricity than that. Say you're using another $100 a month, but you're only paying the $100. So next year, you're going to be in the whole $1,200. So what they're going to do is they're going to jack your bill up for another $100 a month. They're going to try to make you pay that back. They will budget it over the next 12 months. So for the longest time, our bill has been $149, which is very inexpensive considering I'm here all day, every day. We run the dishwasher. I wash clothes every day. It's very cheap. I click on it to pay it today and I see it says $186. What? Okay, so I click on view bill, and when it goes to their website, it says technical difficulties, please try again later. Thinking to myself, probably because everybody and their goddamn brother got one of those bills and it's higher, so they crashed the website because everyone's trying to look at their bill at the same time. So Bill calls and I say that to him and he says, well, what's their number? I'll call him. He goes, aren't you on the bill? He goes, can't you call? I said, they're not going to talk to me because I'm not on the account. He's like, well, I'll call and get you put on the account. Well, Jesus H. He calls me and he's like, BG&E is going to be calling you in a second. Please pick up. So we hang up. They have us on three-way. They got to get my social security number. All of this stuff for security purposes, because anybody, Joe Blow down the street, could call up and say, oh, I'm so-and-so, add me to the account. So that was like another 10 minutes. And the guy said, yeah, you used more electricity. So that's why. And usually like in the spring, when we don't have the heat on, but we don't have air conditioning on yet, you start to pay that back, right? But I was just like, good holy night. And then work. So last week, a job we did last week, the attorney was supposed to mail the exhibits to the court reporting company we work for. I have access to my boss's email, and what I will do is when I have to ask them questions, I will act like I'm her. So I gave them a couple days and I emailed him and I said, hey, I'm circling back because to see if you receive these exhibits, because we can't finish a job without the exhibits. We're waiting to get them in, blah, blah, blah. We haven't received them. When we do, we'll send you a link. 2 days later, I email them again. They say, oh, the attorney sent them to the wrong location. They're being rerouted to the right location. Okay? 2 days later, I send another email. The package was delayed, but rest assured, when we get them, we will send you a link. 2 more days pass. Now, we are approaching the deadline of the transcript. I emailed them today because the transcript is due Monday. I emailed them today and I said, look, I'm circling back here to see, have you received these exhibits? I'm not trying to be a pest about this, but this transcript is due Monday. And they write back and they said, the exhibits are due to be in our office today. We will send you a link when we get them. If it gets to be like 4 o'clock and I don't have the link, I'm emailing them again because are you kidding me right now? So I'm dealing with all of everything this morning. And then my boss has yet again changed how we put in information for work. So she's got to lead me through the website. And I'm like, you're literally killing me because you change it so many times. And then I have to tell the team. And the thing is, I can't get into it correctly. And I'm like, until you get this straight, we're not using it because, yeah. Deep fucking breath. Like, I was just, Bill called and he's like, how's your day? And I'm like, oh, I'm here having a good time. Hissing like a cat. Hissing. I mean, the first like 4 hours of my day, 3 hours were just putting out fires, just dealing with stuff. No stitching to speak of. Did no stitching yesterday besides the beard on. So I'll show that to you again. I got the beard done, his hair done. I hope today to start working on his face. I'm hoping. Hope. But I have so many other things to show and talk to you about. So I did receive some stuffs in the mail, some good stuffs too. I received this Threadworks, which is, I think it's called Japanese Iris. This is for Michelle Bendy Stitchy. She, for her patrons, she did a freebie chart and it uses this. So I wanted that exact for the border. So that's why I ordered that. And then I ordered a needle minder. Now this was before I made my Too Cute for Words Ort box. I ordered a needle minder And it's from a store on Etsy. It is called, what's the store? Grandma Be Wildin'. Susie. So first off, when she sent the package, she sent a bunch of stickers that I can put on something. Absolutely. Or I could use these in my junk journal. So I probably need to start saving these stickers because I could use them in my junk journal for sure. She sent 2 lollipops. Always can't go wrong with candy, right? And then here, oh, okay, that's a big box that I have to show you guys. So here is the needle minder. Now, this is like the cutest needle minder ever. It is the cookie tin, but look, I bought it because you can take the lid off. I think you can. You can. I know you can because it was in the picture. Oh my God. Okay. And you can put orts in it. So you could have this on your, fabric and put your orts in there. How about that? Right? I can't even. And you could even, she even put a magnet on the inside of the lid. So if you wanted to, you could have this open when you're stitching and have this as your needle minder. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Then, do you remember, let me try to move this stuff over here. Do you remember when I ordered the bobbin holder from Modern Hoopla website? I wasn't paying attention and I ordered the one for the acrylic bobbins, but they weren't thick enough for the pip and chip bobbins. So she actually made one. Oy. She made one that will fit the pip and chip bobbins. And I got it in the mail yesterday, and it is perfection. Look at that. It fits the bobbins just perfect. $28. Now, it only holds 12. So, but oh my God. And this is a magnet, so you can put a needle here or something like that. Is that not, it looks so good lined up, right? So absolutely love that. I will link that down below. I will also link the needle minder. And then I got another fabric order in the mail. Fiberlicious. Get ready, because I have 1, 2, 3. I have a lot of fabric. I'm not going to unfold all of these because they're just folded very nice and neatly. They're all 18 count Aida and Cocoa Rose, which I've stitched on this fabric before. It's gorgeous. The color is a very gorgeous pink and brown. This is my jam, a nice orange color. Water Lilies, which is like purple and yellow. Unicorn Dreams, which is a beautiful blue, purple, all kinds of colors. Rockin' Robin, which is like an aqua. Mermaid Grotto, which is like a darker aqua. It's like a green aqua. Fire Dancer, which is more red on the website, but it dyes differently on Aida. So this is like yellows and like a really dark pink. Dusty Rose, so like a very nice pinky mauve color. This is Fairyland, which is purples. Phoenix, which is like a bright, beautiful orange and pink. Buttercream, which is one of the most gorgeous neutrals she has. Actually, you know, buttercream, a cream color. Once in a Blue Moon, so like a very nice neutral blue. cobblestone, which is a gray, and then finally chalkboard, which is my favorite. When I have to stitch on black, I like her chalkboard Aida. So all of that. Then I received a box from Marianne. So I was expecting this box. And when I opened it, I saw her card. So I read her card yesterday, and the card is just magnificent. You are my cup of tea. Now, so immediately I wanted to take a page. Why isn't it opening? Because I have my finger on it. And she handwrote me a lovely note. I wanted to take a page from Michelle Bendy Stitchy. She has put cards in her junk journal that she has received from people when they pertain to what she is stitching. So right away, I knew I wanted to use this and stitch like a teacup or something and put it on the page. And then journal about Marianne sending me the junk journal, because she sent me a junk journal, which I haven't looked at yet. So then I was on the search today for a pattern. And when I put in Etsy, like cup of tea pattern or you are not my cup of tea, this saying came up. You won't be everyone's cup of tea because you are champagne, darling. Don't you love that saying? So I was able to buy the saying. Like people had done, I want to say an SVG file so you can put it on t-shirts and stuff. But I printed it. I'm going to print this out and put it on the journal page with her card. And then I found a teacup pattern on Etsy that I bought. And I want to show you. It's a very simple teacup, and it's by Bella Rosecraft. It was only $1.20. And it's pretty small. I mean, that is just the most simple teacup. It's 2 colors. So I can stitch it in whatever colors I want. And I thought about maybe stitching it in these colors, like a pink and a blue, maybe. So yeah, so the journal page is going to be after the coffee piece I'm going to stitch, because I looked ahead in the journal, right? So in the journal, after the coffee piece, it's these pages. So my plan is to put her card here on this page. I'm going to put the stitching, the cup is only like 2 by 2. So I'm going to stitch the cup, figure out how small I need to print this to have it be right next to the cup. And then I'll put like the details on this card. I just think, or I could even, see it probably won't fit because I could have put it there. But yeah, I am definitely going to do that. I'm wondering if I could put, I might be able to do this. Oh my God, here we go. Put the card up here. Put the teacup down here because the teacup is very small. And then do the, you won't be everyone's cup of tea because you're champagne, darling. Although this will be covering that. Yeah, how am I going to do that? I'm going to have to figure that out because I could put her card here, but then this would be covering it. I want to do it. I'm going to have to figure it out. Maybe I do it on the next journal page because the next journal page has these two. I could put her card here, put the teacup, and put the saying, you won't be everyone's cup of tea because you're champagne, because I want that to be seen. So maybe I'll do it on that page. Yeah, I'm going to do it though. And I've been going in order with the junk journal. That's why I wanted to do it like on that next page, but I don't want that inventory tag, as everything's falling out. I don't want the inventory tag to be covering up the stitching. So what I'll probably do is whatever I stitch for this, I'm going to put the stitching here. And then maybe some little stickers and be able to have this right in the center here. Yeah. I'll probably make that a 2-page layout or something. unless I do stitching here for something. I do stitching, like I stitch something that fits here, and then I could, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure it out. But that is my plan for that. Isn't that so cool? I absolutely loved that saying. I've never seen that saying before. So that is going to be going in there, in the journal at some point with that little teacup. Okay. So let's open her package because I've been anxiously awaiting opening it. And I waited to open it because I wanted to show you how lovely everything was wrapped up. I mean, she wrapped up everything. When you take away that paper, look how everything's wrapped. Okay. So the first thing, oh, this is the journal. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so, how does this close? Oh my God. It's by magnet. Look at that. Absolutely love that. Oh my God. Okay, so it says, how does your garden grow? Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see the shadow. It's what sunflowers do. And that's by Helen Keller. So there is, and she said you could even cut that off. I wouldn't cut that off. What I might try to do though is make it, I wish it was like, I wish it fit like flush. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm afraid if I put this in my drawer, this is going to get bent up. I'll have to see. Okay. So remember, this is a monthly themed journal. So January, and just look at all of, there's a journal card for every page. And there's like 3 pages, I think she said, for each month. I mean, this is just so February. I mean, this is just so beautifully done. I can't. Now, this will require very small stitching, but that's okay because I love stitching small stuff like that. Like, oh my God, look at this. I mean, it's just stunning. And there are so many like little journal tags and doodads, and I can't. September, October. Ooh, look at October's pages. And then November and December. Oh my, just stunningly, utterly gorgeous. I can't. Marianne, thank you so much. I don't even have words for that. Like, that's going to be a lot of fun to fill that up. For sure. Okay. I'm wondering, yeah, that's not going to work. I was still trying to figure out how I can fold, how I can have that where it's flush. I don't know. Maybe she can give me an idea. Okay. What else did she send? She also sent, she sent candy. She sent me some Lindor. Oh my God. I don't know what flavor those are, but let's go. Candy, I'm telling you, never can go wrong with candy. And then she also sent, oh, what is this? Beautiful handmade art for everyday use. So I will put her email down below. Oh my God, these are little Post-it notebooks. I use Post-it notes every single day for work. I don't have them in little cool little books like this. And oh my God, look, this can sit on my desk. Are you kidding me right now? I can't. I literally can't. Oh my God. Yes, ma'am. And then she sent one more thing. Ooh. Warm winter wishes. What is this? I think she told me because I messaged her yesterday. Look at that. It is like a stationery set. It has Christmas cards in it. So you could mail out Christmas cards. Oh my God. This is so utterly stunning and beautiful. I can't. And it even comes with like a little pen in it and everything. Marianne, you truly have outdone yourself. This is just so gorgeous and beautiful. You guys are so very utterly talented with stuff like this. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. Like, I can't wait to use that junk journal and all of that stuff, especially the Post-its. Stunningly, utterly gorgeous. Okay. Let's take a peek at I'm trying to think if I do want to do a talking point. Okay. This is a talking point for sure. And then we're just going to do one talking point. I'll show you 2 OMG moments. Then we'll do the little story and get on with our day. Okay, so this person, Sarah, posted in one of the groups on Facebook, does anyone have any ideas of how I might repair this, or do I need to redo it? Look at this. Wouldn't that be heartbreaking? She said she found it in a box of heirlooms. She doesn't know how that happened. I don't know how you would repair something like that. But a couple people gave her some suggestions and said, someone said, leave it like that. When it was stitched, you put lots of effort and a heart into it. If you stitch a new one, it will not be the same. And sometimes damages can tell a story of their own. Now, someone said, tack a piece of Aida, the same count lined up exactly covering the hole at the back, and then redo the design going through both layers. But I don't know. I don't think you'd be able to fix that. Have you guys ever had a mishap like that where you've had to fix and a story? And this was a story that I heard many years ago. A woman was working on a Heaven and Earth Designs, and she was about halfway through it, is what I'm thinking. She had it on like a scroll rod on a stitching stand, and her neighbor came over with her young child. And I want to say the child was like 4 or something like that. The woman who was the stitcher, and it was her house, she was in the kitchen like getting them coffee or something. And when she came back, her neighbor was on her cell phone, and the kid had cut through the project with scissors. I think I have that story right, because I remember reading that and my mouth falling open. And the woman whose child did this didn't act that upset about it. I'd be in jail if someone had come over and cut through a project. Yeah. I remember I had, and I've told this story before too. This was many years ago. I used to stitch downstairs in our TV room. I had my stitch mate there, and more than one person sat in the chair where I stitch. And I was stitching on the Emerald Mermaid for Bill. And I came down one morning because I used to stitch in the morning. I used to get up with him in the morning, pack his lunch, and I would stay up and I would stitch before work. So I remember I go to stitch and I see there's a pen mark on the fabric. Well, I know I didn't do it. And there's only a couple people in this house that could have done it. And I wasn't accusing anyone of anything, but I talked to my husband about it. And that's when I moved my stitching up to my office because nobody comes in my office. Yeah. Luckily, I was able to get the pen mark out. I want to say I used hairspray or something. I used something because I was like on the fucking hunt. It was in a spot where I wasn't going to be able to stitch over it. And I had already stitched over half the mermaid. So wasn't starting it over. Yeah. So I pray that woman can find a solution that she is happy with. Because holy friggin' moly. All right. OMG moments. I have some good ones. I found a whole bunch. I'm only going to show 2 because I got to get on with my day here. Okay, so someone finished Something Wicked by Autumn Lane, and these are all gorgeous patterns. This was by Shannon, is the stitcher, and she stitched it on Silk Weaver's Odyssey fabric. The moon and the ghost are Rainbow Gallery Petite Silk Lame braid and glow in the dark. And she shows a picture. This is so awesome looking. She shows a picture. Look at the moon. Look how good that glows in the dark. The moon and the ghosts. Isn't that amazing? It's so awesome looking. Absolutely love that. Okay, this one is by Rebecca, and I don't know what the pattern name is or anything. She didn't post it, but it is quite stunning and looks like that took a long time. I mean, look at the dress and the skirt. Yeah. And then one more. This is actually a tattoo. And I told you, anything can come into OMG moments for me. So this is, Tracy Lee was the person that posted it. And this is a finished project she's been planning for years. Her grandfather picked Virginia bluebells every spring and brought them up from the woods to her grandmother. And her grandmother was the one that taught her how to sew and everything. So she did this in her memory. It's stunning. Look at that. I love how the needle looks like it's going through her skin. Absolutely love that. Love that. Maybe someday I'll get a tattoo about cross stitch. Yeah, love it. Okay. So today's motivational story. What is happening here? Okay, so this story is called Enjoy Life at Every Moment. Once a fisherman was sitting near the seashore under the shadow of a tree smoking his cigarette. Suddenly, a rich businessman passing by approached him and inquired about why he was sitting under a tree smoking and not working. First of all, mind your fucking business, right? Stay in your own lane. Mind your business. To this, the poor fisherman replied that he had caught enough fishes for the day. Hearing this, the rich man got angry and said, "Why don't you catch more fish instead of sitting in the shadow wasting your time?" Again, mind your business. But the fisherman said, "Well, what would I do by catching more fish?" And the businessman says, "You could catch more fish, sell them, and earn more money and buy a bigger boat." And the fisherman says, "Well, what would I do then?" The businessman says, "You could go fishing in deep water and catch even more fish and earn even more money." And the fisherman says, "Well, what would I do then?" And the businessman says, "You could buy many boats and employ many people to work for you and earn even more money." And the fisherman says, "What would I do then?" And the businessman says, "You could become a rich businessman like me." And the fisherman says, "What would I do then?" And the businessman says, "You could then enjoy your life peacefully." And the fisherman says, "What do you think I'm doing right now?" Ooh, burn, right? So, the moral of the story, you do not need to wait for tomorrow to be happy and enjoy your life. You don't even need to be more rich or more powerful to enjoy life. Life is at this moment. Enjoy it fully. Bigger is not always better. More money is not always better. So, I love that because the fisherman was enjoying his life until the businessman came along and opened his fucking mouth. Shut up. You don't have to have all the things to enjoy your life. You don't have to have a big giant house or a big fancy car or all of that. All of those businesses bring headache, in my opinion. The fisherman was perfectly content and happy with what he was doing. And if that is paying his bills, then that's all he needs to do, right? Yeah. Mind your business, businessman. Shut it. Ooh, I'm in a rare little mood today. Bill knows because like I said, I already talked to him on the phone. All right, so how are we going to continue to unfuck ourselves besides minding our business? Businessman. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Self-sabotage isn't always the big extreme things we do to screw up our lives. There are millions of tiny ways we are sabotaging our lives every day. Little tiny things. And you know, this goes along with what I've always said, and I heard it from Steve Harvey. You know, big things aren't done in big grand gestures or big moves. It is little tiny moves that add up to the big stuff. Little tiny things you do every single day that add up to the big stuff. Saving money, losing weight, just thinking positively, stitching, any kind of craft. You stitch for 10 minutes a day, you're eventually going to finish your project, right? Little things add up to big things. Yeah. Okay. I hope you guys all enjoy your Friday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.